Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Rundown, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Thank you guys for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. We usually do this on a Thursday night, but I asked the question. I said, hey, do you want me to fill the void and do the show when John Campea show is usually on? You guys said, yeah, so here we are. 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, our time. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Brie, Larson, John Campea, of course, and we're going to give a quick reviews on some movies. But let's get right into it. Joining me, as always, is my wife, Joy. Hey, babe, how you doing? I'm glad your camera is working. I'm sorry, I forgot to switch. There we go. There she is. Joy, how you doing, babe? So you woke up real sad this morning about John Campea, right? You were all like, no, I was like, what? That's what we're gonna get into it real quick. I've been setting up the whole show, trying to get this thing up and going for this time. I promised to do this around this time, so I want to be here for you guys. I see you guys all light up the chat, and I asked that question. I said, will John Campea return to streaming on his YouTube? And you guys have all voted. A couple of votes came in. I'm gonna hit mine. Let me see what it says here. Let me total it up. 57%, 54% now says yes, he will return. And the other half of you guys say no. Was that 50? Oh, it's still going. You guys are still voting. All right, so I'm going to leave that up and just let you guys hash it out. Before we get into the main topic, there were some other things we want to talk about. So if you don't know, if you haven't watched our show before, we do entertainment news, then we do movie reviews, and then if there's enough time, we will get into all of you guys' conversations and stuff. So follow us at T3 Medias. That's T3MEDIAS. The S at the end. If I spelled that right, you guys can see it down there. On Instagram, we have a podcast, TikTok, right here on YouTube, of course, Facebook. We are live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also on Twitter. Almost brain farted on Twitter. Guys, first on the force feed, if you don't mind, babe, what is going on?
Antman 3 is coming to Disney Plus today. And then Avatar 2 is on June the 8th. I
am not going to watch Antman again. I saw it twice.
I only saw it once.
I saw it and I took the kids. They're not gonna let me show that movie to them again. Yeah. So you guys, tell me in the comment section, are you guys gonna watch The Quantum again? I think the only reason that I would even watch that again is to try to see at the end if I can see the differences in the universe. Because my theory is that he is in a different. That at the last second, they got taken to a very similar universe, but a different one to hide from Kang. I think those little subtle differences at the end. Spoiler if you guys haven't seen it. But she goes, that donut shop? He's like, your money's no good here. And then when he comes back, like, hey, the money, that's got to be a different universe. So that's the only thing. Avatar, that's a movie that I can watch again. I'm still on the fence of whether or not I like the first one better than the second one, but I can watch it again. But anyway, what's going on? What's next?
Chris Pratt is under fire again for his Mother's Day message. Happy Mother's Day to all of the wonderful mothers out there. Especially grateful today for Catherine. You're a wonderful partner. You've provided me such a blessed life. Our 2 daughters are so lucky to have you, and you're the best stepmama to Jack. And to my mom, Kathy, you raised us with such love and light and laughter. So grateful for you today and always. And to Maria, the best Mama G. I'm lucky to have you as a mother-in-law. And to all of the other moms in my life. I'm so grateful for all that you do. Thank you so much. Happy you feel celebrated.
And I forgot to mention, guys, we will check the live chat. We will discuss what you guys are talking about. It'll pop up on the lower third and the bottom of the screen. If you send a super chat, and we appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, we will interrupt the show, strip the nude, and read it out. No. Chris Pratt. This to me, for me, I'm not putting the sound up. It's just him getting shit for fumbling the bag on his last Instagram when he was like, what did he say? Finally, a healthy, nice son that, pretty much dissing his son that he had with Anna Faris. But everybody that's got up in arms on Instagram and on TikTok going up at him about that. It's like, well, y'all just sitting back and waiting. That Mother's Day is the day that he better make it right. And every comment that came in, they were trying to act like they were being supportive of Anna Faris. But then you would, for Mother's Day, but then you would use the child as the weapon, against them and as the reason. Like, because he did mess up. What he said was effed up, in my opinion. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have even have done this. But the guys out there that are hitting Chris Pratt on this, you guys are just looking for any excuse to mess with him. As I told you,
because we're both divorced.
Uh-huh. But we're married to each other.
That I'm not getting on any of my platforms on Father's Day to celebrate my ex.
Right.
I'm not bashing him. I don't get on there and bash him, but I'm not on there on Father's Day going, thanks for being a great dad.
Yeah.
Because we're not together anymore.
Because
and I don't feel like he needs to say, hey, thanks. Now, don't bash her. That was wrong the previous time. That was some ugly stuff. Yeah. But
now, if they had that relationship, that's fine. Like when I got separated and divorced, I tried to be like that with my ex. I said Happy Mother's Day, and I gave her. I think I gave you, and I gave flowers. The first time our Mother's Day, first time from after our supper, I can't remember if it was that first year or not, but I remember doing it once. But it wasn't received well. It wasn't ever received. It wasn't like I was looking for the same treatment. But she made it clear that the communication wasn't. We don't know how the communication is between Pratt and Anna, but I said this. If Anna wanted to capitalize on this, she doesn't have to do a damn thing. All she really has to do is when Father's Day comes around, and she just goes, I just want to say Happy Father's Day to Chris and, and to my dad, and just it. That's all she'll say. And then she'll start, mark my words, she is going to do that. A couple of years ago, before they got divorced, on this channel, I went into my bathroom, got my cell phone, and I made a prediction. I said Chris Pratt and Anna Faris will get a divorce. This was when he first got cast as Star-Lord. And a couple of years, I was right. Everybody who saw that was like, damn, Chris, you called it 100% word for word. And here's my next prediction. Anna Faris will wish Chris Pratt a happy Father's Day and kill him with kindness and try to capitalize on this little, Chris Pratt can't do anything right movement and stuff. She'll just kill it. She'll just do what, he should have did. He should have either said nothing or he should have included her into the thing. He's not obligated to. I'm not obligated to say something nice to I'm just not supposed to go out of my way to be a dick.
I don't care for Chris Pratt one way or the other.
You love
Chris Pratt. However, right now when people have honed in on you.
Yeah, yes.
You cannot do.
You can't fuck up.
There isn't anything that he can do.
Yeah.
That's going to.
He's fucking up Mario. He's gonna mess it up.
It's just not to say anything. If he tries to say something nice or whatever, people are still gonna be mad.
Yeah.
So it's best to just
these people that dogpiled on that were all about, hey, what's going on, Sketchcraft? Appreciate the donation. I'm gonna read it in just a second. Let me finish. The people that were dogpiling on Chris Pratt right now are the same people who were just hoping that Super Mario Brothers was going to be a failure because because of the voice. It's going to suck. And then when it didn't suck, well, okay, it made $1 billion. But if he doesn't say something nice to Anna Faris on Mother's Day.
These are the same people that are all on Brie Larson.
Yeah, we don't get that. Speaking of which, thanks for the transition. What's the next topic? No, we got a super chat. If you can because I can't see it on my end. What is it?
Sketchcraft says, appreciate the show. Recall John advising Mark Fernandez on Collider's abrupt closure.
Let me see if
John could really gain insights from revisiting that interview.
Let me see that again. I was getting it on the lower third. Collider. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It feels, going on the subject real quick on the main topic, it feels very much like what was going down with what's happening with Collider and how John was criticizing him on, you're stretching yourself too thin and this and that and the other. And in my opinion, you should do this and that and the other. Okay, well, it's like you were able to predict that wall coming for everybody else, but you're not seeing it come for you. But at the same time, it could be a whole different situation. For all we know, at the end of the day, when John looks at the analytics, he might be 100% right. I saw one of his shorts had over 100,000 views. Is one of his segments, but then again, I saw one of his I saw one of his clips have 100,000 plus views from back in the day. It always depends on the topic. So I'll get into this later, but what he said about we get more views on the clips than the show, it depends on the topic. But anyway, thanks for the super chat, man. And I agree. Let's get on to what's the next on the 4-speed?
The Five Nights at Freddy trailer.
I saw it. I loved it.
I saw it.
I thought that it looked interesting enough.
You know that is not my type of movies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we just saw Homeboy in this other movie that we're about to talk about a little bit later. So I'm glad that he's still doing this thing. Maybe he's trying to.
They're tarnishing my good memories of childhood.
Oh yeah, that's Chuck E. Cheese, man.
No, not Chuck. We had a different name.
Showbiz Pizza.
Yes,
yeah.
Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah. That little gorilla that would wait for that sensor whenever a kid would walk in front of it and be like, "Hey, little boy or girl, would you like for me to sing you a song?" No, here it is. Yeah, hell yeah, that thing freaked me out, man. But I saw it. I think what's his name, Shaggy, is in it as well. It looks interesting enough. But I'm worried that I think it's going to go on theaters and on streaming at the same time. So that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. All right, let us know what you guys. Did you see the Five Nights at Freddy trailer? Put your thoughts in what you thought about it. Do you think that's going to be any good? But is it worth the trip to the theaters, or are you going to watch it on streaming? Let me know. All right, what was the next one, baby?
U.S. Weekly, Brie Larson is caught off guard when asked about Johnny Depp's movie at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival. Mm-hmm. You're asking me about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Brie. No, that's probably what Mecca. What's her name? Mecca Harper. Mecca Random 42. It's probably what's saying. We got a visitor here. Get her on the table before we were talking about Brie Larson, and all of a sudden our cat wants to show up. But yeah, Mecca Random 42 is probably saying, just answer the goddamn question, Brie. We ain't gonna be such a bitch about. I didn't understand it. Let me let you handle that. We got a cat that's trying to tear us up. I didn't understand what the hell was going on. I'm like, all right, they asked you a question about Johnny Depp because he's there. And when I read the article, I'm like, oh, okay, because she was about the Time's Up movement and everything like that, and Johnny Depp was accused of and went to trial for what he went to trial for and all that. So I guess the reporter was trying to get her into a gotcha kind of moment. Since you were all about Time's Up, what do you think about Johnny Depp coming to the can?
I mean, I think she answered it in the best way possible because that's another one of those, whatever you say is going to be the wrong.
You're going to get Chris Pratt. Don't Pratt me. She pretty much, what was that from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Mind your business. It's all just mind your business. That's pretty much what she said. And that's the best she could do because, like you said, no matter what, she was going to make a heartbeat, Random 42 was going to be like,
so you got someone asking, why was he mentioned to begin with? Well, he's got a movie.
That was her question, right?
Well, he's got a movie that's at the Cannes Film Festival. And apparently,
that's from Josh
she's on
Carlos.
the panel that could be watching and reviewing it.
Yeah.
So they wanted to know, was she going to watch it? And what was her feelings about it? And
just answer the goddamn question, Brie. You don't have to be about it. Like, you know how people are going to be. No matter what she does.
That's the new thing. Don't Pratt me.
Yeah. Don't Pratt me. I'm not going out like that. Was that in the comments? I missed? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have said, Nate. Hey, don't Pratt me. I ain't going there. You better ask somebody. All right. Was that the last of the?
No, you got one more. Venom 3. I do not know how to say that name, and I will totally butcher it.
Chiwetel Ejiofor
joins Tom Hardy in the next installment. That's just.
I think that's awesome. Obviously, he's not done with Marvel. He's like, hey, you know what? Let's move. Let's see what Sony's talking about. Everybody's jumping ship from Marvel to DC, but Chiwetel. I merged his first and last name. Chiwetel is like, no, I'm sticking with Marvel. See what's going on. There's no indication of what he's going to be or going to do, but it's Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it'll be good. Whatever.
if you like it, I love it. All right, is that the end of the 4-speed?
Yeah, we're on to what everyone's waiting for.
Yeah. oh. So you don't want to see me? You don't want to talk about Black Superman? You don't know? You want to talk about John Campea? I heard Amy Newman was on this show. What's going on, Chris? I woke up this morning with the same information as you guys woke up with this morning, and that was that John Campea announcing that it's the end of an era. Now, I broke down some of the video, the talking points that he said, and I made like 10 bullets, and I think you got them up. So we're gonna just read over some of the things that he talked about. I used the chat AI to kind of bunch it together, so some of it might repeat, but this is basically what he was talking about. Babe, what do we got?
Well, he said in just the past 24 hours, he received a lot of hate for the changes, for the content produced. I heard him say the vitriol. The vitriol.
Oh man, such a fancy word.
He received the just nonstop messages that he was getting of anger.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't sit right with him.
That was what was the next? I think I got the full. Let me get the full list up real quick. Go ahead.
He said the audience has rejected the recent change in the content format.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's considering significant changes in his life.
Mm-hmm. Aren't we all?
Yeah. The John Campea Show podcast will replace the John Campea Show on YouTube. So he was saying there will be no more on YouTube, of his live show.
Mm-hmm.
You can go find him on his podcast. And of course he kind of talked that up too, saying like, it's the same thing. It's just easier for him to put it together. So
and that's where I want to stop you real quick. And that's what I want to talk. Oh yeah, it's easier. Yeah. But the question is, so you're going to go into that new studio, you're going to sit behind that big desk in that new space. Look at that. Look at this. Like this is don't get it twisted. This is just a little room in our house. And you're just going to what? Just going to turn the mics on? So that's what everybody's saying. So what was the point? Everybody, and I'm probably going to do a separate video going through all of your comments about how it was mostly about the waste of the money in on the space that they got.
Yeah, your thing has got a typo.
What's got a typo? My lower third?
No, your.
Oh yeah. The bullets. Yeah. Oh yeah. It kept saying John Candy Show, and so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, the Chat GPT, whatever it's called, the AI ain't that smart. But why go through the whole process of putting this whole thing together, and when after Amy left, remember the story, guys. When Amy first started over there, that's when I became a member. I wasn't able to send super chats for a while. People in my comment section have saying that he must have blocked you, because if you're you to be able to one day to be able to send super chats and then all of a sudden you can't, he must have blocked you. I don't know why. All of my super chat, I've never said anything controversial. I've never, I've always asked movie related questions. So if I got blocked for a different reason. But right after Amy started, then we was hoping that she was gonna go there full time to fill in for the days that Chris wasn't there. That turned out not to be true. Same thing almost what happened with Kimberly. And then when these two young ladies started, you get the sponsors, you get the new space. It looks like there's money coming in from I know how YouTube works based from the little bit that we get from super chats and from monetization. And John has talked about this on his channel. It's not just about if a video gets a million views. If the video is only 30 seconds long, it's not going to make that much money. What he was praised for by YouTube, according to him, was that the fact that the retention that he was able to receive from the views and for the amount of time, like 2 hours, almost 2 hours straight, you can keep their attention. That's where the money really is. But if he's saying that he's making more money with clips, I mean, that was the excuse that he came up with when he made the announcement. We're going to take the John Campea show off live. We're only going to have it for the members, and we make more money in clips. Then 2 days later, I don't like the way you guys were talking about me, and so I'm shutting down the clips.
I told you that. I said, you know what happens when you look at other things outside of his show, just in general, even people who are faithful, when you, and maybe a member, when you make these kind of changes that everyone hates, they'll just withdraw just because they don't like that.
Right. Exactly what I said.
I knew it. I knew that was going to end up happening. I was like, he feels like, no, I've got enough members that this is fine to do. Yeah. But I was like, they're going to be angry.
And the question is he still, he says he's not doing it live on YouTube anymore. But the day before that, when he made the announcement originally, he was like, we're only going to do the live stream for the members. That made if you're going to do it, that at least made the most sense. You're doing something. You guys seem to not like it at all. So I didn't want to say it like this one person put it to I'm going to take my ball and go kind of mentality. I don't want to say it like that. He's a grown man. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. But at the same time, I'll let Tabitha say it if the soundboard is working. Maybe it's not working. I don't think you guys heard that. For me, it just felt like all these years he's been telling us to have don't listen to the crybabies and whatnot. But according to him, they flooded his inbox. They said, you talk bad about my mom. Look, if you come to my show and talk bad about me, my family, I mean, me and John are close in our generation. I'm Gen X, right? I don't know I think he's Gen X too. We used to, man, back in the play. Maybe it's different in Canada because over here, you talk about my mom. We going back and forth. Some of you guys, you've seen me in the comment section. I've been pretty damn petty in the comment section. Amy Newman was the one who told me to stop doing that.
R. Lee. I've told Chris that quite a few times.
What do we got? What are we saying? What is this? What's the message?
Says John over the last year basically has had so many changes that it was a turnoff to many subscribers, and I can tell you that much. And I've been telling Chris that for quite some time. I was like, every time he watches it, he would watch it while I'd be doing other
calling
things.
Me out.
And I'd come in and out of the room, and it would be on, and I'd be like, every time this is on, he's changed something. New people, take them off. New this, take it off. Take this, put that, move this.
It's like your clothes. I'll buy you a new bra, and I'm like, take it off.
But I'm like, you have to have some consistency. You can't just change it every single day.
No, take it off.
Because that does lead people to be bothered that, like,
I don't like that. Yeah, he says that a lot. He says, look, any little change. But the thing though was he would stretch it out though. The changes wouldn't be. I mean, in the past 2-3 months, it's been boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Hey, we like Amy. She's getting out of here. Hey, we're loving Ray, and we love not John. What was his assistant? I keep wanting to say Tim. They got a new channel called Horror Movies with Weenies with Amy Newman and Taylor. Yeah, Taylor. We like Taylor. And then he announced, and the whole controversy whether he quit or whether he was fired. I'm like, at first I was like, nah, he quit. Come on. Now I'm like, damn, maybe they just had a rougher conversation behind closed doors, and it was look, I really am thinking about just shutting it all down, and because it was just boom, 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 boom. At first it just seemed like it was a thing that his detractors just like to talk about in the comment section. You're like, yo, ever since Rob left, the show's going downhill. But it's gonna. And I even did a video about the views. The views have been virtually the same. There was like a small little dip, but the views keep rising all the time. So it could all balance out. But now with that comment about we make more money with clips, to I'm not even going to give you clips. You can clip these nuts. Pretty much. That's all. I'm like, what? You just said that was the bread and butter. What happened, baby? I thought we were friends,
Smash Machine says that I need to have my mic turned up. Chris always says I don't talk into the mic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's an ongoing problem on this podcast and in our relationship. Closer, a little bit. She hates it when I joke about it like that. And so maybe I did turn the mics up. My wife is very soft spoken. She'll be like, hey, okay, just I'm like, what? And then if I say what 2 times, then she'll yell at me. You don't want to hear her yell. So but yeah, I'm starting to think maybe it's the microphone because I've tested it out, and I think when I'm on that mic, it seems a little light.
Romeo Rodriguez says, for some reason, I knew the minute John announced that exciting news about renting a studio way too big for his needs, that it was going to go downhill from there. And unfortunately, I was
Everybody
right.
says that though, but I didn't buy into it until he said we make more money in clips, and then I'm shutting down the show, because I was like, well, you still got another year, at least a year for your Mint Mobile money to be coming in, guaranteed. But I was asking you this morning, I'm like, what is that? What is the stipulation of that agreement? Does the Mint Mobile require that you be on video, or that you're just live and that you mention Mint Mobile?
Well, I mean,
because now that you're shutting it all down, we paid you up front, unless it's a monthly thing. Like, dude, we paid you for the year.
It probably don't matter if it's a video. Because like your Bill Burr podcast, his MeUndies.
Yeah,
so
but that was the agreement with those sponsors. But we don't know what the agreement. And John's got a legal background. He's smart enough to know, like, if I ever decide to shut it down, maybe it was as long as we are live. Maybe it wasn't a stipulation of what live meant. So I don't know. Let's there was the second part of the bullets. I think we skimmed over. What was the rest of it? I think we only did like the first 5. Some of them repeat.
He encouraged followers to subscribe to his podcast. Mm-hmm. He said the channel is still going to be up. It just won't be like any of the live streams, or it's only going to be open mic, some movie reviews and reactions, and then like individual editorials from, maybe I guess Chris or whoever.
Which is the question. I'll bring that question back to you guys. Are y'all gonna watch that? I might be sabotaged. Look, let me. I would be honest with you. I haven't watched an open mic in a while, and I do like watching the open. I'm learning this about myself. For me, John Campea is a package deal. I will watch his reviews. I will still watch his reviews because I like watching movie reviews. I will watch his reviews. I will watch those open mics, but it's a package deal with the whole show.
Right. Well, but I told you too also, like, because I know you've had a lot of comments.
Hey, thanks for subscribing, Jose. I appreciate you.
From people that, like when Rob is really not on the show, and people were saying, yeah, but do they even go watch Rob's videos? And I said, well, the thing with when I've seen the John Campea show, there's really not anything special about it per se. It's
how dare you?
But I mean, just in general, it's the interaction when they're all together.
Yes, it is.
Because it's like one person says something and then they're all laughing and then it goes on, and that's what people are watching is to see that interaction and the funny things that pop up.
When Ray says
so when they're all separated, you're like, okay, well, this isn't really that.
Dirk Diggler. Oh. Dirk Diggler. Okay, I gotta read this. What are you saying here, man? Appreciate you for the super chat. What is Dirk Diggler saying?
Yeah, Dirk Diggler, stunt double, says if you look at every decision he has made, it's been for a financial reason. I just don't understand why he didn't just slowly transition the channel to Rob and Chris and do podcasting on the side.
That's what a bunch of people were saying. It's like, but I tried to defend it. I was like, well, we don't know that the thing that he's basing his pay grade on is based on sponsors and stuff like that. I believe, and I have no way of knowing if this is true or not, is that what he would consider a success is if the views, would be at a certain number and would get a certain amount of monetization because he would use the monetization from Google to pay Rob and Chris. But if those views weren't down, it's like me being a realtor. If I have an assistant, if you're not helping me make the money, even we're not selling houses, then you're not gonna get a commission.
You got another super chat that you can't see because your thing is in the way.
That's what she said.
From Owen's report.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. I see Dirk Diggler
It was before
who
Dirk
did
Diggler.
$9.99. I appreciate you. Owen's report, man. I appreciate you.
You are the captain now.
Yeah. Look, I've given up on my sponsorship. Look, all right, I'll say it right here. That thing with the sponsorship ain't happening. It ain't happening. That's one thing you guys were not talking about. I'll talk about it right now. That sponsorship thing is not gonna happen. I'd be surprised if it does. And maybe after today, if I was in the running, I might not be anymore. But I put up a unlisted video on my channel to audition for that sponsorship program that he announced, and I sent it into him. And a week later, I saw that it had 1 view. I didn't watch it, so it must have been one of them. Then a couple of days later, somebody asked gave him a super chat and said, "Hey, John, what's going on with that program?" He said, "Well, I'm going to let Ray and Jonathan watch the hundreds that came in, and I'll have them bring it down to 7, and then I'll pick from there." And then a day after that, it went up another view. So I said, I've at least gone to the Ray Aura semifinals, at least, because somebody watched it again. But after this announcement, I don't think that sponsorship program is happening.
I got more from your comments here. Some good comments. Josh Carlos 98 says, open mics will end up being cut if people keep asking questions about the channel / show changes. And I'm like, yeah, because I agree with that, because it's very obvious in his live show when he would get to comments, if there's something that he doesn't like, he'll just be like, yeah, I'm not answering that question, and we're going to
go. and people have gotten on him about that too. And he's commented about people getting on him about that. It's like what do they call that? Art repeating history, like life, imitating art, imitating life. He's like, yeah, people get on me about ignoring certain, because he had to amend himself. He's like, we will read on this show, we will read all your super chats. I don't give, I rigged it where you can't say the N-word, so so you call me that, then we're just gonna be here fighting for an hour.
It's easy to do right now because we don't have that many.
Yeah, we don't get that. So yeah, so maybe if we had 300,000 subscribers, hint, if you guys haven't followed it by now, and if we had a bunch of people sending in super chats and stuff, maybe I'd be like, hey man, you gotta slow it down. But look, I'm in a similar little boat. My wife makes more money than me. Maybe if I was in that exact boat and she was the head of those companies and stuff, I'd be all like, maybe I don't want to be live every damn day too.
Well, he's got Sido had made a comment that said, I don't, why not cut his show to 2 to 3 times a week rather than 5 days? And other people were commenting back like that. Yeah, why? That made more sense. I agree. I understand that he's saying that his wife was starting to get frustrated, like, oh, it's 12 hours a day. When are you going to be done? That it's too much and the podcast is easier. So
and who said that? Let me see if I can find it so I can put it up. Sido, you said it was Sido?
That I agree. Do your podcast some of the days and then do live so that it's not every day, but that the people who enjoy the lives still get to see the lives. It's just not every day.
And when you burnt out, you're burnt out. If he's finally hit that wall, and this is why I put that post up about, and I think I'm gonna close the post. Hey Jason, appreciate you becoming a subscriber, bro. Somebody answered the call. No, but
I feel like that though, because For me, seems like he does have a tendency to backtrack or change his mind. That if there's this much fallout with just a podcast only, then he may.
For me,
that may be what happens first. Okay, fine. I won't come back to lives every day, but I'll come back to lives a few days.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I did. Like I've hit a wall. I've hit a wall in my my personal life, like my real estate business. And I've been burnt out, and I've been trying to get back into it the way I used to hustle and grind. I've been wanting to focus on the show more. And just when I'm thinking that it ain't for nothing, like nothing's gonna get right, and it's gonna be too much of a grind. We got 188 viewers in the damn live chat, and maybe you'll be here tomorrow, maybe you won't. But I'm glad that you're here today, and I appreciate you guys. But I don't know if you have time to. We have time to finish the rest of it.
I got a little. Yeah, I
got a little bit of time, and I'll stay. If you can't stay with me, I'll stay, and I'll holler at you guys and read off your comments. But real quick before,
and I heard someone said they like our personality, and I'm
glad somebody does, man. Somebody yesterday told me that they.
I also want to say, then join us on Thursday nights because Chris and Tab get into it, and it seems to be big fun for the people watching.
It's only for yeah. When me and Tabs are here live in the studio, I go back and watch some clips. You want to get a glimpse of what it's like on the rundown? Go watch our video where we debate about Steven Spielberg. Watch that debate. Is Steven Spielberg the GOAT?
I need a boxing belt.
Oh man, my wife hates it when me and Tabs get into it, but. I'll stay on live with you guys, and I'll finish off reading out the rest of your comments. But let's go into the next comment, the next topic.
Star Trek Into the Darkness turns 10 years old. Fun fact.
Oh yeah, I got a fun fact for you guys. Let me fix the lower third. I'm sorry about that. Let me get this out of the way. My bad. Star Trek Into the Darkness turns 10 years old. Did you watch that? Did we watch that together, or
if it's
10 years old, then we weren't even together then. I know I saw. Okay, I almost stepped in it on that one. We didn't watch that. We didn't watch Star Trek together. Yeah, no. But did you see Into the Darkness?
I think so. I think I've seen all the newer ones.
I got trying to get the picture right, but they did fairly well. They did. Pretty good. I liked them. I liked the third one the most, but I think that was when they did the worst. But I like Star Trek Into the Darkness. You had Khan in there. If you were a fan of the originals, you probably didn't like it. If you're Robert Meyer Burnett, you hated it. but I got an enjoyment out of it. I liked it. And what was that? What was that fun fact that they were talking about? I'll give it from if you want. Yeah. So. All right, so it was something I did not know at all. So it turns out that Star Trek Into the Darkness is the first film to be shot in 2D IMAX format and later converted to 3D during the post-production stage. Benedict Cumberbatch was not the first choice to play the main Star Trek Into the Darkness villain. The production originally sought Oscar winner Benicio del Toro. I did not know that. Would have been a totally different movie. I thought Benedict did a great job, and it was Steven Spielberg that convinced them to look at Benedict Cumberbatch for it. Abrams and the company then they looked at Edgar Ramirez. They looked at Damien Bichir, Jordi Mallah. And all of them said no. And it was Steven Spielberg who said, "Hey, take a look at Benedict Cumberbatch," and the rest is history. I mean, I thought he did great. I liked it.
So Romeo Rodriguez says, "You look like the lead attorney. Are you guys related?" He'll love that because he watches that a lot.
Lead attorney. I loved it when lead attorney would talk about Amber Heard. Oh my God! Look at the jawline. Look at the braid. And he would hit that button. All I got is this.
For me.
Lead attorney. Now you're gonna make me do my lead attorney impersonation. Like, guys, what did Amber do? What did Amber do? She went and tried to sue him anyway. Like that. Like lead is my boy. I love lead. No, I am not. Look, I wish. I mean, he wishes. But should I be wearing suits? I take that compliment. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's move.
And then we had another that said, I'm trying to find it because they've a lot of comments popping up. Owen's report says, please panel up and do a similar format to John. And I put in there, that's what we do on Thursday nights. We do have a lot of people here. We try to get as many as in, and it rotates with who can be available.
Right.
It's hard to do that on a lunchtime thing because we don't have money at this time to pay people to be here, and everybody's working.
Right.
We just happen to, we both work from home, so we are available. But maybe one day we'll have the bucks to pay people to sit here and chit chat.
I got to sell a few more houses and whatnot. Yeah, definitely. We're going to be doing more interviews. I would prefer people to be in studio with us. I am going to still Skype with, not Skype, Zoom, be on Zoom with people and do this show virtually with some people. I do prefer it because I love the energy when people are here.
Well, I know sometimes I know you do stuff with Sarah Catherine the Red.
Yeah, and I will continue to. I like doing reactions and whatnot with her, but unlike some channels, I will actually listen to. I used to be pigheaded about it. I want to do the show my way and whatnot, and I still will. I still do the show the way I want to do it, but you have to listen to what the audience. Well, even YouTube tells you that. Like if your viewers are telling you that they like this, then keep doing that. Now, unless your niche is the opposite or something like that, and it's in your heart, I only want to be talking about Fraggle Rock every day, and your audience is like, we like it when you talk about, Thundercats, and you're like, no, I'm only talking about Fraggle Rock. I mean, well, okay, if you know that that's what they want, and you just don't want to do it, and that's because your heart was on the way it was or way it is or whatever your niche is, that's okay. Then eventually the audience will come for that passion that you have. But he's tried these things. We've tried Weekly Hero. We've tried this and that and the other. And unless, because we don't see, I can't see what his analytics are saying, unless I'm seeing something different, or unless it's just a very vocal minority, because that happens too. It'll be 5 people saying, we want Rob, we want Amy Newman, we hate your haircut. And then 1,000 people just sitting back chilling like, we don't know what you're talking about, but they're not vocal. That could be what's going on too.
Well, and we I know for us personally, we are.
She was trying not to say for me.
We are thrilled to have so many viewers today, but we also don't want. We want to be entertainment, news, movies, reviews. We don't want it to be that this is the daily show where we just get mad about John Campea.
Yeah, I've been dinged on that too.
Really what we want. We want people to watch for other stuff besides that.
Yeah, come for the Campea, stay for the nudity. But I don't know. You said you probably have to get
more comments.
Oh yeah, and I'm about to roll with it. I was at first I was thinking about just making this a 30-minute show. We were going to talk about another movie that we saw. We were going to do a review on a movie.
You got another super chat.
Burnt. Let me find it.
Dirk Diggler made another.
Oh, I appreciate you, Dirk. I'm going to go through the comment section. So I guess it's time for. So I was about to make a joke and say I guess it's time for open mic or something like that, or mailbag. No, our version of it is called "We Got Your Mail." So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll rock with you guys and I'll read out your comments. Should I scroll all the way to the top?
So you got a lot of good stuff in here.
all right, hey, fuck it. If you like it, I love it. Let's go. Did you need to get back to?
A moment.
You got a moment? You'll stick with me.
I don't always, but today.
Let's see. Let me look at this panda. Is our screen? No. Let me see if I can get us up on everything. No. I didn't have time to fix the. No, I'll just stick with this and the other.
Said so I can read Dirk Diggler's other.
All right. What did he say?
He sent a super chat saying, couldn't he run the show behind the scenes while he has other people host his show? I feel like he's having a Franklin Saint Snowfall moment.
What you know about Franklin Saint? Man, don't get me started. I just finished that season. And I did not want, spoilers if you haven't seen Snowfall, I did not want that show to end that way. I wanted him to win. And they went poetic with it. Yeah, you started off and you ended up the way you became your father. I didn't want that. I wanted him to succeed. But yeah, no, I agree.
Josh Carlos 98 commented to Dirk saying he said that would not be successful without him at the helm. Brad Warsaw commented.
He's made that comment before. Yeah, he's like, every time we've done shows with just Amy Newman or just Chris Carr or without me on there.
You have like a mixed bag. So Brad Warsaw said some of the better shows were when Chris and Rob hosted on Fridays.
Those were the most entertaining. But if John, unless he was lying, if they were the less viewed.
He said they were not viewed.
The most viewed, exactly. So they were probably the most entertaining, but probably not the most viewed, because just like I was saying before, if YouTube is telling you that this is what, and let's be honest, it's called the John Campea Show, and that's what people have, for the most part, come for. You might love Chris, you might miss Kimberly, you might love Rob, you might love Amy Newman, you might miss Ray, you might like Ray's jokes and things like that, and everything. But if the majority are just mostly for John, and I read those comments, they said, yeah, okay, Chris and them are fine, but John, I've come here for your insight, and they just might not be as vocal as the rest of them. Like Rob has a specific following and a fan base, and they just might just be more animated. Hey, look, which one do I want? Do I want you guys? Do I want 5 of you guys to be tearing up the chat, or do I want 100 of you guys being quiet? I'd rather have the 5 guys. I bet me and you guys, just 2 or 3 of us, and we just going back and forth like crazy. For me, let me hit the button.
For me,
that's what I like. But that's me. Maybe that's not John.
Aries Pork said also, when John left Collider, look what happened.
He came back, but when
like what happened to the channel?
Yeah. Who said that?
Aries Pjork.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll find it. But when he left the first time and he went to do his channel, I remember I tried to watch the John Campea Show when he first left AMC, and it was not well put together. It wasn't structured. It wasn't good. He wasn't getting the views, and he had to come back. And then he left again. And whatever lessons he learned from the second time around, I noticed it. Because I was thinking, damn, you left again? I didn't really watch the first couple of episodes of the John Campea Show after he left. Because my boy Christian Harloff was here. We, Mark Ellis. I was good. But then I don't know. There was something that pulled me over. I said, let me go check out John. And it was just something different. He did the whole thing with Super Chats before, and Collider should have done that. That would have probably saved them. But it was just something different. John's confidence or something. It was something different the second time around. And I stuck. And I abandoned Collider to watch the John Campea Show. I made my choice. I would go back and watch, but I chose to watch John live. But this time around, now with all no. I said it even on this channel. I said he is now I like watching the show as a collective. And it makes me want to watch Mailbag and all those other things too, the spinoffs too. But if you're only going to show the clips of each segment, I'm going to pick and choose which topic I might want to watch. And I might not even watch them then, because I'm going to cover my damn self on my channel. I mean, so are you really getting all those views, or are you exaggerating it? Because I've seen you getting 100,000, 200,000 views on clips before, way back in the day. And up to today, so it all depends on the topic. So that's just my opinion on it. But I know, babe, you probably have to rock out and get back to work. I'm gonna stick with you guys and try to run through these chats with you guys and see what you guys are talking about. So, should I change? Yeah. Why do I got the screen on that for? My bad. I didn't even realize I did that. Just showing off the damn logo like I'm on one. All right. Don't worry about it. Thanks, babe. You want to, if people are in the medical field, you want to tell people where they can find you online?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
Yeah. So if you guys are in the medical business, or if you know anybody who is,
Well, it doesn't have to be just medical. I have lots of people like vets and dental that like to wear scrub caps. So
do those vets and dentists prescribe medicine? So it's still medical. So yeah, scrub hats and things like that. Yeah, she makes them by hand, and she sells them online, and you can order them online. So scrub hats and more by Joy. Thanks, baby. I'm gonna stick with you guys for a few more minutes and read out these comments here. I'm gonna scroll all the way to the damn top. I guess this is it. We're gonna make this a whole different video right here. What you guys are saying about the whole thing with John Campea and him leaving his show to just podcast, I guess. All right. Let's see. At first, it was Crashing Coyote says, I had no idea since Campea's sponsor is Masterclass. Why don't he do a masterclass on how to turn your most loyal part of your community against you? Percent 26 run your show into the ground. I'm not gonna be that harsh, but I understand what you're saying. Let me move this over here, because the reason why I'm over here fumbling the bag is because I got this thing in the way. Let me fix this. Now that I'm riding solo, it's a little bit harder for me. This is what John would be talking about. I need all this help to do this and to do that, but then when it gets a little hot on the collar, then I just pull the plug on it. Like I said, look, man, maybe he really just hit the wall. I'm not gonna bash him or anything like that, and I'm not. I even got a comment from the John Campea Exposed guys. It's over. I'm not down with the whole make my whole channel about, this, just bashing on something like this. Because now if the John Campea show is over, does that mean that John Campea Exposed is now over? I mean, you calling, because you're technically calling out John, but you're simultaneously calling out yourself. It's over. Maybe it might be. This is so dumb for John to do this. Yeah, that came from Khan. Better late than never says John lost 1,000 subs out of the 320 plus thousand that he already. That's a big dip, and it looked like he took it personally. At first, John was the type of guy that'd be like, don't listen to what the the bottom feeders are saying online. To appreciate you, hey, Andrew Sutherland. I've minimized the screen, so I'm gonna be squinting. My bad if I get your name wrong. Appreciate you coming to subscribe. But it looks like after a while, man, I guess it takes its toll on you. Did I close this poll? I thought I did. There it goes. I had to close the poll. David says, John should never have screwed over Rob and let him go. That was the beginning of the downfall. I heard in another comment section, I don't know if it was on one of my videos or somebody else's channel, that Rob was about to do a panel show. Is that true? Is Rob about to do a panel like the way we do here on the Rundown, the way John and him does it? Hey, BG, I was about to say BG I Studios. Appreciate the sub, man. I was about to say something else. If that's true, let me know, because I can't. Rob is a beast. He is up at 4 o'clock in the morning, sipping Mai Tais and just talking Star Trek all night. I will not do that. I am too tired. And I'm not going to say, I'm 43 years old, believe it or not. And I'm not staying up that damn late to watch I love Rob. I ain't watching that. I ain't doing that. But if he does a panel show and if it's in the afternoon and things like that, like the way you guys are rocking with me, I'll watch that. I'll watch with Rob because Rob is watching with me. Me and Rob have been talking back and forth for years. I was featured on his show once. A little clip that I did and I submitted to him and he used it. It was a conversation about black hairdressers or makeup artists being hired to work on black actors, and it makes sense because there might be some people who might not know that type of hair. We're talking about black hair and stuff like that, but me and him have gone back and forth over a year now talking about collaborating, and we've been meaning to do it, but it just hasn't happened. Do you think it'd be a good fit, guys? Let me know. Should I try to keep being a guest on the Brie Network? Josh Carlos says, I understand burnout and stuff, but the amount of change he enforces was way too rapid. It all happened so fast, too quick. That was like a knee jerk. Like a knee jerk, like set to electricity. Like, oh, it was too much. But at the same time, when you hit the wall, like I said, that might have been what's going on. I mean, if he's burnt out, he's burnt out. And the way a person responds to being burnt out is their way. That is their way. A quick succession which creates more problems than solutions. Now look at where we are now. Yeah, I agree. Cash and Coyote, Campea should do a masterclass on how to turn your community against you. I don't need a masterclass on that. I know how to do that. Here we go for all the people that say woke too much. I take Brie Larson's side on every that's how nowadays that's how you do it. All you have to do is get whoever is the most liberal and just take their side, and then everybody be like that. That's how you do it. Kylo Ren says, I feel like I broke up with John. I love the live show and I still haven't found a replacement. Kylo, I don't know if you heard, but once you go T3, you're going to need a wheelchair. Michael William Birchfield says, I'm banned for respectfully criticizing his actions. Respectfully? I mean, in your mind, you might think that you were being respectful, but what'd you say, though? I know that you ain't going to tell me, like, hit me up on social media. What'd you say? That's the question. What'd you say, bro? What'd you say? Michael Williams Mercer says, thank you, T3, for satisfying my live chat fix. Must be nice. You're welcome, bro. Appreciate you being here, man. Josh Carlos, bro, I don't understand the hit squad on Chris Pratt. Dude has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Did you see that Christmas card message that he did? Thanks for becoming a subscriber, George. But did you see what he said? Finally, I got a wife who gives me a healthy son. His son with Anna Faris, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's Down syndrome or something, but he has a medical condition. And it came off insensitive. If I had a child with a medical condition, I wouldn't say nothing like that. Thank God that my current wife gave me a healthy child. Because it sounds like because that over there gave me it's almost like he called it, like how people took it is like he was saying his child with Anna Faris was a dud. I'm not saying, and that's a fucked up way to say it. I have kids. I would never say, but that's kind of how people responded to it. So people put it in their mind that this was Chris Pratt's way of redeeming himself. For some reason, Mother's Day was the day. And when he praised his current wife, and maybe his wife ain't comfortable with him praising his ex-wife. I know if I start talking all good, like my ex-wife was the best and she did this and da-da-da-da-da. Joy went downstairs and went to work. Y'all saw her leave, right? You know how fast her ass would be back up here? What'd you say? I'll be like, gotta go. The live stream would end so fast. Like, no. Like for what the hell did y'all want him to do? Like, I didn't get it. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand. Most of them just were trying to find a reason to just hate on Pratt. That was my wife saying something. The super chat, I think I already read this one from Sketchy Craft. The super chat, and I appreciate you again. Appreciate the show. Recall John advising. Oh yeah, we did read that one. Appreciate you, man. Crash Coyote once again. Same people hating Chris Pratt. Also members of the cult of Campea. Really? Josh Carlos, I knew he was done once he said, I can retire tomorrow. LOL. Well, there goes holding out for 2025. Man, when he started mentioning that he can retire, I thought that it was just going to be, okay, now it's time to put Rob and Chris in that position to keep it going. Because at the end of the day, if you just want to play producer and just be behind the scenes, you have the ability. If I was able to, let me tell you what I would do. Because if I had to run the entertainment news movie review rundown, if I turned this into a daily show and a show that got the kind of attention that was anywhere near an iota of what the Campea show was doing, And most people like to hear from me, but a lot of people like to hear from Tabitha. A lot of people like to hear from Joy. A lot of people like to hear from Giovanni, my boy Sean. My take isn't always the most popular take. If you guys told me 100% in the chats every day that we did the show, I'd rather listen to them versus Chris all the time. You know, Chris don't know what he's talking about. You know, he's an idiot. Or blah blah blah. I'd be like, all right, well then I slowly sink away. It's happened. And I done a reaction. It's like, oh no, we liked it better when she did the react. When Sarah Catherine Red was talking about this, and Chris, I know it's your channel, but get the fuck out of here. It happens. Like I'm a Bone Thugs and Harmony guy. For the love of money, fuck the fame. I mean, we peep game, we crip and we came. Now I'm gonna just sing Bone Thugs and Harmony all damn day. Stalking get booze, walking jack move, ready to pep you if we have to. Michael back in the chat. It was all a ruse to get out of the studio and go back. Thank you, Tyler, for the sub. Let me wait till that gets out the way and go back to the garage with some dignity. That's a take. Maybe. No, he already converted his garage into a movie room and stuff. It's not like he's going back to the garage. And when you do a commercial real estate, I don't know if they do it month to month there in California. I'm in Texas. I do real estate here in Texas. I don't know what the deal is in California, but I would assume that you're in a year contract. Let me know if anybody knows what's the commercial real estate, contract situation for like in California. Let's see what we got. Josh Carlos, that's the new thing. Don't prep. Yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't set me up for the okie doke. Don't try to send me a super chat in here trying to get me to say. Well, if you send me a super chat, I'm gonna say it. Like you act like Brie Larson sent me a super chat. And you're like, what do you think about Johnny Depp coming into Converse? Well, I think that motherfucker needs to sit over there. So don't say nothing. Let him do his thing, make his money over there, and I'm gonna be over here talking about my thing and Captain. She already gonna get bashed for being Captain Marvel. I mean, she knew that if she would have said anything, that would have been the whole story. Captain Marvel ass gonna talk bad about our favorite Captain Jack Sparrow. So she was like, no, you ain't gonna Pratt me, man. That shit ain't happening. On reports, I felt like the reason John gives for all the changes are deception. I didn't feel that way until he said what he said about the clips. I make more money with the clips. So it depended on the topic. I've seen some of your clips do 100K views. I've seen them only make 10K views. It depends on the topic. Brianna Jasmine, don't prep me, bro. Yeah, don't tase me, bro. Yeah, maybe I should make that into a sound effect. Don't prep me, bro. Let's see, we got Josh, good casting from Josh Carlos. Poll was at 50-50 at one point. What did the poll run to? Let me see if it's still there. Let me scroll up. I can't see it anymore. If you guys can still, I ended the poll. I think that's it for the poll. If it's not there, and if I say poll enough, I'm going to get clipped. Chris loved the poll. So it wasn't at 50-50. The last I looked at it, it was will John Campea return? 50-something. It was like 58% said yes, he's going to come back. Like 42% said no. Then you guys just talking amongst yourselves on this one. I feel like Josh says, I feel like the really bad hate stuff was minimum. I read a good majority of the comments, and it was either fans somewhat behind him, 26% others with healthy constructive criticism. I mean, it all depends on what your definition of healthy constructive criticism is. In John's mind, it would have been like, John could be at a point where he's like, you don't want to hear nothing from nobody. I built Collider from nothing. And I turned AMC into a god, and now my channel is just as big. And I got Mint Mobile over here, like talking like a WWF wrestler. Cup of coffee in the morning time, yeah. Built my channel from nothing. Was able to reach the heights of Mint Mobile and beyond, brother. Yeah, but you're not gonna tell me how to run my channel. Don't you tell me you miss Rob. He's no longer here. Oh yeah, brother. Cup of coffee in the morning time. Yeah, brother. Maybe this doesn't like to hear it. Yeah, typo. Yeah, I think the AI made typos in the rundown part of it. On reports, your graphics say John Candy. The AI did that, man. The AI. I see you guys. I just didn't catch the typo. Just rapid changes that hindered the quality of the show. And honestly, his segments vids are making the same amount of views before he ended the live streams. So he just doesn't want to do it anymore. I agree. It was all balanced out. Yeah, there's a dip here. Maybe his subscribers dipped there. Yeah, but it was all balanced out, man. It was to a point where just like every other change, they don't like it for a while. Then a couple of months later, they forget about it. You didn't like it with Ashlyn. What's her name? Whalen. What's her name? Ashley left. Then Kimberly came in. I thought the majority of the John Campea fans was going to do to Kimberly what they did to the last black girl. But I was like, damn, she didn't get a fair shake. But when you go back to those old clips and then you watch Kimberly, you're like, nah, she just wasn't that. She was good on camera. Her energy was good. I can't even remember that girl's name, but it was the vibe wasn't right, and people picked up on it right away. So when Kimberly came on, I was like, is John just trying to prove that like he's got another black girl with him? I'm like, he's just trying to show that he's about diversity. I appreciate that, but I'm afraid that Kimberly's gonna get treated like the last black girl was gonna get treated. And I was scared, but Kimberly wanted she won us all over, man. She was like and I was so ready to see Kimberly and Chris work together. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see how they work together. But it was like, nope. Second Chris was back from her hiatus. It was like, Chris, Kim, your position is no longer required here. Well, the position will be here. You just won't be here. But I think I've seen Kimberly there's another channel called Just My Opinion. I've seen her on that a couple of times. She has her own thing. I forgot what her channel is called. Maybe I should do a run back to her channel and see what she's been up to. I've reached out to Kimberly to see if she would guest on my show. She's like, no. I see you moving to the time slot. You guys asked. I said, should I move the rundown into the John Campea time slot? Now, it being an hour show, we've gone a little bit over an hour. That's not going to be likely. But if you guys are, but I didn't expect this amount of attention. So if you guys like it, hey man, I'll stick around. Owen reports. Now that John Campea is gone, you, the captain, I wish, man. I got so much learning to do, so much growing to do, and I appreciate you guys teaching. Y'all guys are teaching me. I'm going to say something. Okay, so this is what I do in real estate. Like, I start writing down everything that this potential client is saying. This guy didn't do this. He would say this. He messed up with this, and da-da-da-da-da. All I have to do is not do all that on that list, or do whatever she said wasn't done on that list. Whatever was the problem on this list that they just ran down to me, do the opposite. And that's all I got to do. You want me to be live? I'll be live. You want me to do it at noon? I'll do it at noon. You want a burger? I'll make a burger. But what I won't do is be all like, well, the clips make more. Yeah, that's true. The clips will get more views. But if they're only like, I guess it all balances out, like a 10-minute clip here, 15-minute clip here, a 5-minute clip here, and it adds up to a whole show. But if you have the whole show and the clips, you got the money is right there. You get money off of there. You get money off there. Google is going to give you money from the. But John has made it clear that he received more money from the fact that he could keep your attention for 2 hours straight. And that's not an easy thing to do on YouTube or on Twitch or on whatever, on live streaming, on TikTok or whatever. Not unless you in a bikini in the bathtub throwing rubber ducks at a Mr. Potato Head or something like that. Woo woo and all that. So hey Frito, appreciate you becoming a subscriber. Thanks, bro. I mean, unless you a woo woo cat, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to retain people's attention. This boy was talking about movies and was able to keep a person's attention for 2 hours straight. Thousands and thousands, 5,000, like 10,000, like no, not 10, maybe 5,000 plus live, blowing up the chats. And I don't know how I'm gonna make it with these chats today. I'm gonna try, But after a while, just like John Campea, I'm going to have to call it. What should I do for my sign-off? If he was greetings and salutations, should I be like good night and sayonara, motherfucker? I'm out. Is that that's what his sign-off should be? From now on, it's like good night and sayonara, motherfucker. I'm out of here. Because he just dipped, and I don't get it. Did I skip one? My bad. I'm sorry. John over the last year basically has so many changes. Oh, I've already read that one. Pierre Kelly, T3 Medias is taking John out. No, I'm not. How? I don't got a plaque on my board. I'm not taking John. Look, if John said tomorrow, hey, you won the sponsorship, I'm going to take it. I don't think the sponsorship is going to happen now, but what's up, washboard dabs? Washboard abs. Oh, damn, I told you the screen is so damn small I can't read. Washboard, Lucky left 80. Appreciate you becoming a washboard abs. What you want to see them? I'm not taking John out, Cash and Coyote. You're only talking about someone's mom when you are intentionally trying to piss someone off, and it works on a lot of people. It worked on John, obviously, because he brought that shit up out of nowhere. He was like, these motherfuckers talking about my mama. And you know John loves his mama. That is a man who loves his mama. I was like, damn. When he brought that up, I was like, John's about to leave. I was like, this motherfucker here, about to go. Right foot red, left foot blue. I can't remember what we were talking about, Brianna, on that one. Or maybe you guys just talking amongst yourself, talking to Taylor. Oh, Taylor, yeah. Okay, I'm catching up now. Smash Machine. Any chance of turning up the wife's microphone? Like I said, I think there's something up with this mic. Let me switch for a second. Guys, tell me if this mic is any better or any different. Is it that my wife is very soft-spoken? Or am I now, damn, I'm glistening. Or am I now, speaking about moms, my mom is trying to call me now, and I can't do it. You guys just want a phone face off with my mom. I know what she's calling about, so don't be acting like I'm being an ass. I know what she's calling about. Any chance? Okay, so let me know in the chats. Is this mic better or worse? John, I will shut. Let's see. John Campea's already back posting clips on the channel. Oh, okay. The clips are back. All right. Okay, we got the clips. We're back. Josh Carlos, it's weird with his retirement coming up. You would think that he would have to show at a consistent rate instead of gutting it almost 2 years before he hangs it up. Did he? I mean, I think he did say, yeah, it's going to be about 2 years. Yeah, yeah, it's true. I would have gone the route of his handing it off to Rob and to Jonathan Voico and Taylor and them, let them do it. And then him coming in every now and then. Hell, on MSNBC, Rachel Maddow had the #1 rated show on that network, and she's only doing it one day out of the week. Now, she's doing other things, and she's like, I'm only going to be here on Monday. That's it. And that's it. I mean, shit. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if Fox wanted to just reduce Tucker down to Fridays, they could have did that, but they fired his ass. Let's see. Campea fired Taylor for the CinemaCon GoFundMe because it made John look bad. You know, I heard that theory. I'm not gonna go there. Is my mic better? Mic is so is my wife. So you said the mic is fine. So is Joy. Joy needs to speak the fuck up. Okay, next. He says, Chris, the mic is fine. Joy just needs to speak the fuck up. Okay, all right. Don't be talking about my wife like that. John didn't need the studio to cost $4,000 a month. Does it? Does it cost $4,000? Black. Oh my God. Okay, guys, you're gonna be talking to my mom right now. Here we go. Hey, Ma. Okay. Thank you, Ma. Okay. All right. Bye. I knew it was gonna be something quick, but she was just gonna keep pressuring me to answer the phone if I didn't do it. Black Rock. Isn't this the second time John brought a studio? No. You might be thinking about when he had a sponsor, and it was Film HQ was that first time, and then he got another sponsor that created that, that John Campea logo thing that he has on the floor in front of him and all that stuff. You might be thinking about that. I don't like that camera angle. That ain't gonna work. You might be thinking about that, but that was another sponsor that was flipping the bill for that. Josh Carlos goes on. He doesn't even use the other studio anymore. Remember the play in chat? What's the point now of owning the big space since the show is podcast only? Now, I mean, let me know, you guys in the chat, about commercial real estate over there in California, man, because that's got to be expensive. It says John Camp is totally crashing. Michael's back in the chat room. Someone posted today is the first year anniversary of the studio and lease is up. Oh, okay, that might answer that question. If it was only a 1-year lease, has it really been a year? It feels like it's, wow. Justin D, is it worth paying the rest of the staff if they aren't going to be live? I don't think so. I don't see how. And that's what I was saying earlier. He might have been basing it on views and whatever he gave Rob. I am convinced there's like NDAs because nobody talks. It might be based on what Google would pay him, whatever a certain video would make. If collectively whatever the John Campea show would be making, he already has that factored in how much to cut a guest host or a co-host. And then whatever the what was the show called? Weekly Hero was, whatever that would be making. Maybe they would get the lion's share of that. It might have been only based on that, but it obviously wasn't also including, to me, it doesn't feel like it was including the sponsor money at all. Chris says, I'm looking for a replacement for the John Campea show. Looks like this might be it, like the show so far. Man, appreciate you, bro, man. I will let you down. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna let you down. I'll be like, you're gonna be like, hey, man, this motherfucker don't even know when this movie was made, blah blah. No, I'm bad with dates. I'm bad with names. I will let you down, man. I appreciate if you here for the energy, man. If you like the vibe, man, I got your back. I got your back like a chiropractor, but and I'll treat all my friends like we go back like big crayons and big coloring books. But if you want me to know more than a little, I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot of things, man. Let's see. Aries says, I have watched the John Campea show since 2018, and today's news was devastating. This all could have been prevented. I'll miss the crew, but I was there for the live show in the chat. Rest in peace, John Campea, 2016 to 2023. See? And I just don't think that they're as vocal as the detractors. People who were like, I don't watch the John Campea show for John, I watch it for Rob, I think they're just a very vocal minority. And I think a lot of John's followers, and because he's earned them. He's been way in the movie blog days and the AMC and all that stuff. He's gained a following that follows him. That follows him. They just might not be as vocal. Thanks, Angels, Mickey, for the follow. It might be that because he's also tried to create a community that would be more subtle and not, the whole what did he call it? When people are worshiping the overlords or whatever he would say, like don't. Putting Marvel against DC and all that stuff. How we get, in the community and stuff like that. He was trying to be like the voice of reason kind of a thing. So maybe maybe he built that community and they're not going to be as vocal. And then the people who like the drama or the toxic or whatever you want to call it and to get into it and like to talk about people's mamas, obviously, maybe they're just more vocal about it. I mean, I'll tell you, man, you talk about my mama, me and you it's gonna be me, you, and Jesus. I don't know. I don't play that shit. But I ain't gonna shut my, but I'm not gonna stop making content. Oh, you talking about my mama? That was my mama on the phone. My mama call and curse you out. What that motherfucker say? Oh, you said you was a, and she'll handle you. I don't need to fight for my mama. My mama whoop your ass. You talking about, you email me and talk about my mama. I'm gonna try to look for your location. Ari says another thing that could have played a role in the toxic YouTube channel called Campea Exposed. We were just talking about Camp. They sent a chat in. It's over. They were one of the first people to say something on this stream before I even went live. And I was like, but I mean, if he's over, then you're over. That's why you don't build a channel around something like that. I mean, come on, man. One thing. Like, are you going to change the channel to expose? Like, it's going to be Harloff Exposed. That's what it's going to. I don't know what the question was, but you probably, okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves on this one. It's going to be hard to catch up, man, because you guys kind of filled it up, man. Let me see if I can, because I'm going to skim through the ones where I see you guys are just talking amongst yourself. On to the next open mic. We should all send super chats saying rest in peace. Oh, don't do that. Are y'all going to do that? Don't do that. Chris, don't do what? This? Don't do that. I mean, you think he going to be mad? That's like saying, I'm going to buy your book and burn it. I bought all that Bud Light so I could shoot it on YouTube. Like, so? Oh, no, another $20 super chat saying rest in peace. Okay, do it then. I mean, you think he going to really be mad about that, though? It felt like the Vegas CinemaCon trip was the final outing for John Campea's show. It didn't have to be this way, Mr. Campea. Now I have to find another YouTube channel during this time. Well, welcome home, Aries. Welcome home. I've always thought he should be doing the 3 to 5 topics a day, like almost all the videos have one too many topics. Okay, that's good. It might be true. And I am guilty of that too. I'll make a show last too long because I have too many topics. S1DDO says true. He could have done longer shows, but less overall content. There's some advice right there. Maybe that's what he'll do. Maybe he'll cut it down. But he already said he makes so much money from the clips. I mean, if he cuts his show down, he ain't gonna make no clips. Appreciate the sub, Rod. I appreciate you joining, man. Josh says again, find it funny that he didn't expect hundreds of people to submit. He didn't. Brianna, after a bit, he switched to members only chat. Yeah, he did, and I didn't like that either. I'm like, but at least you're still doing your thing. You're trying to force something. He's trying to force the membership thing. We have memberships here too, but we put exclusive content on it. I feel like that's what that's for. Like if I'm gonna do a live show like this, I'm gonna do a live show like this. But if I'm gonna do exclusives, then that's what that's for. That's what Patreon is for. That's what being a member is for. It's like stuff that you can't get here. But the thing that brought you to the table, like I don't do that bait and switch stuff, man. That's how I felt. Like bait and switch. Aries' criticism may be tough, but we have to deal with it because he's letting the toxic bullies win. They're canceling the show. Yeah. But at the same time, man, people say they hit their wall. Let's see from somebody we haven't heard from. BGIL Studio says the only live show he's doing is open mics and spoilers. Yeah. Let's see. New subscriber. We've got a new subscriber here. Thanks for becoming a subscriber, Jedi Mike. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for becoming a subscriber, DT Dubs. We go back like big crayons and big coloring books. Romeo, I think I already read this one before. Can we all agree that John should have fired his so-called business advisor? Why? If he's, if the money, we don't know what's in his pockets. If the money is growing, that's the thing. Like I said, Bone Thursday, for the love of money, fuck the fame. If the money is growing, then why? Why would he? To help make these stupid business decisions instead of firing Rob. That sounds like, that just feels like you just miss Rob, man. That doesn't, but was it a bad financial decision? We can't really say. We got another donation came in. Let me scroll down to it. Let me see if we can find it because I'm running out of time as I gotta get some errands run. Dude, man, I appreciate you guys, man. This is the first time ever. So if tomorrow, if I'm not talking about John Campea, you guys ain't gonna vibe with me no more, man. That's some bullshit, man. I don't like that. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Let me scroll down to the super chats because I always will get to the super chat. I will try to make sure that I read them all out. I'll be the one, says he sends a $5 super chat. Can't believe this is the end of for John. Would love to know what is really going on. Premature to say rest in peace. He's gonna be back, man. He'll be back. Look. Ben Affleck played Batman in the DCEU more after he quit than he did before he quit. Come on, man. Am I wrong? We've seen Ben Affleck as Batman more than any other actor in history. In Bat history. Besides the TV show. In Bat cinema history. He has put that cape on more than anybody after he quit. John will be back. I feel like the John Campea show should end like Marvel movies. John Campea will be back in open mic or something like that. It should fade to that. It's a constant grind. Yep, Jeff, it sure is. Let's hear from somebody. I agree, Romeo. Let's hear from somebody we haven't heard from before. Let me get to these. This is Brad. Brad Warsaw says joining late, but I feel like he's done a lot of irreversible damage to his brand with his antics over the last few months. I've heard that's been said so many times over the last few, like, because he's joked about it. He's like, look, every time I make a change, everybody gets upset. But when he just back to back, no wonder you. But look, I don't know what's going on with his life. I don't know what's in his pockets. I don't know what is in his mind. I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what's stressing him. I don't know what's blessing him. So he's a grown man. He's got to figure it out for himself. Did I hear from him already? Yes, I did. Already heard from him. Already heard from him. We're catching up. All right, I feel like I got to read this one. John Campea is the U.S. Canadian version of Brendan Rodgers. Does well at football clubs for a few years, then loses the plot. Only trouble is he stayed too long at my team. Maybe relegated due to it. I thought that comment was gonna go another way. The whole time I was reading it, I was thinking, you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. One of my favorite sayings from the Dark Knight. And it feels like that's kind of what's happening. Let's see. Have we heard from Phillies? Doubt Dirk John used to be off Fridays and views were noticeably lower. Okay. Okay. You guys are still talking amongst yourself. Who haven't we heard from? Because I'm trying to get through them all. Let's see. Mac Hodgson says, just found your channel. Love your style. Man, I appreciate you, bro. I feel like I'm running out of steam. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm fucking starving. You hear my stomach growling? That's my phone. But you hear my stomach growling? Josh Carlos says, I keep clicking on Josh. Josh, you are everywhere. Yes, Chris. 25% Rob shows were the best. Robert genuinely carried the show. Carried the show? Yeah, okay. Rob fans are going to say this. John detractors are going to say this. I mean, John literally can run the show by himself. Rob recently learned, and he said this. He's gotten a lot of knowledge from doing it on the John Campea show and stuff like that. So like now you're just being inflammatory right now, man. Let's see. Mark Hansen. It is true. I noticed that the Friday shows didn't get as many views. That's why John stopped taking Fridays off. The Friday shows were fun, but they rambled. I would have still stuck with that path and would have taken the Fridays off, because you're not going to, if I decided to only, on my channel, only do a show where it was just Tabs and my wife Joy, and let's say the views dipped and you guys just didn't like it. It all depends. With a small channel like mine, when you guys tell me something, I see it right away, and if you tell me no, this is what I want, I'm going to do it. So I guess, you know what? I guess I was about to give some bad advice. I mean, it doesn't matter if the channel is big or not, because if the audience says that they don't want it, then I mean, that's what YouTube says. Then that's what you should do. If they say that this is what I want, this is what you should do. If this is not what you want, this is what. So I was about to give bad advice. Let's see. N91. It all boils down to his heart isn't in it anymore. He was looking for a way out, and he went rogue with his approach. I don't think his decisions making shows that he is trying to grow. I don't think his decision making shows that he is trying to grow the channel. It does all boil down to what's in his heart. Scrolling. Who haven't we heard from? I do try the Brie Network, Mark. I am subscribed to the Brie Network. I just can't watch it at 4:00 in the morning. It's like he be on, that dude never sleeps. James says, Rob is my favorite, but his show is hard to watch. Because it's a certain niche. I just can't. I can't talk about Star Wars. I mean, Star Trek. Oh, shit, I'm going to get in trouble. I can't talk about Star Trek all the time, and I know that's not all he talks about. And I can't just talk about physical media all the time, even though, I used to work at Blockbuster. I used to work at Hollywood Video. But it's over. But I'm just not that guy anymore. But if he is doing a panel show, I am interested in that. And I'm going to watch more Christian Harloff. Kenneth says John's problem is his ego. I hear that too much. I'm not gonna say that about him, but I understand it. That's what a lot of you guys have been saying. Stopping his live show just like that was an awful idea. Then when he fails, he stomps his feet and says, "No, I'm taking my show home." Bro, he's 50. But Kenneth, at the same time, he's 50. He's not a young man anymore. Maybe it's like he even says himself, he's time away from his wife. Maybe he wants to start a channel. Maybe he wants to start raising a family. What if he names his children YouTube and, and podcast? Let's see. Who we haven't heard from yet? GH fan says, let me read it from here. What is your take on the writer's strike? I've talked about this already. I said, the thing that got me dinged on Twitter was this is going to affect TV first, which is what is happening. It's going to affect TV first, and it'll affect the movies, depending on how long it lasts. I do think that they deserve to get paid more. I don't think that writers. I think that we have a mentality of over worshiping celebrities. They're the face of it. We feel like Robert Downey Jr. is, is the man because he was the face that we see all the time. But he'll probably say it himself. He's only reciting the words that the writers are giving. Writers should be given respect. There would be nothing to see if the writers weren't there. So I feel like the writers should get what they're asking for within reason. If it's too much to do all too fast, all up front, and it's going to hurt the quality of the shows overall anyway, then there should be a compromise. Both sides should lose something. I mean, they should give a little here, take a little there, and they need to find a middle ground. Sounds simple, right? But just like politics, that's just not going to be happening. Jay West says, I thought he should just have shortened the live show to an hour and removed the question format of the show and if prepping the show was interfering with his personal life. I have just now gotten this show down to where I can prep it an hour, like 2 or 3 hours before I go live. it's not just because my graphics aren't that complex. I've got it down to a science now, but it's my mind. I have an artistic mind. I draw, and I've always been like this. I will create a thumbnail, for example. Let me just on the thumbnails alone. I will spend way too much damn time on the thumbnails. And I know this is different because I know he has help with all this other stuff. But it all depends on how his mind works. I will create a thumbnail, think I like it. I just did it on this one. And I'll change it at the last second, and I'll take time away from myself when I should have just jumped on the line. I was like 5 minutes late getting on this when you guys were ready for me to start talking because my mind was like, oh, I could have did that better. And maybe I have ADHD or something like that. I need some new Adderall. But speaking of Adderall, no, I'm about to trail off again. It could just be the way he's wired. So I'm not going to ding him for that. But I've just now started to get this down to where I can prep the show a couple hours before we go live. But it used to take me all damn day because I was multitasking and doing 5 things at the same time that I shouldn't have been focusing on. Frederick Reese says he wants all the attention. Ray is the only one who is going to stay. I mean, it's his brother-in-law. Like, it'd be kind of awkward in bed. Tonight I have to fire your brother, babe. Yeah, now you know I'm wearing my muscle shirt underneath and got the taco meat showing now. But I mean, that would have been awkward. Ann wasn't gonna cut for that. If anybody had job security, it's Ray Ora. I've talked to Ray a couple of times in the chat and like on Instagram and stuff. Man, I like Ray. I wish he would guest on my show. Thanks for the update. 56% says yes, he will come back. 46% says no, he will not. Let's see who we have not heard from yet. Kyle says John had 326,000 subscribers yesterday. Today he has 3,023. He lost 1,000. And some people would look at that and be like, well, so? I mean, look at all these subscribers over here. Don't worry about them. No, over there. That's probably the haters anyway. Maybe. But a dip like that, it could be the beginning. It could be nothing. It could be the beginning to the end. I mean, AMC Movie Talk hasn't been a thing for years, and they still have the numbers that John helped them get to. It's still there. It's still there forever. Collider hasn't been Collider Movie Talk in years, and I still love Perry Nimroff. But the second it hit a certain number, it didn't really dip below that 400 or whatever the market was. I mean, the way they got to it might have not worked out for them because they're not getting the engagement that they used to, that the engagement that John does get. So it all depends. Maybe if like I said, if I only had 5 guys in this set right now and y'all were all rocking with me like the way we're rocking right now, I'd be fine with that versus having 1,000 of y'all in here and not saying nothing. But I guess it all depends on how he sees it. Let's see, from people we haven't heard from yet. Zoran says maybe he quit. He quit to grow another mole on. Oh, come on, bro! Why did I even click on that? Thanks for the recap for the poll. That's what 54% says he will return. 46 says he will not. Bill Barclay says, do you think his marriage could be on the rocks or something? I don't care. Or something. Maybe that's the reason it seems odd that he's doing all this stuff now. When I got divorced, I had to check myself and make better decisions, man. I had to make sure that my ass wasn't going off the deep end. The best advice that I got was from my mom's her husband. He's not my father. He is also a divorcee. My boy Heath, he said, you cannot control what they do on their side, what your ex or your future ex is going to be. And I'm not saying that this is a thing. I don't know what's going on with John Campea's personal life. I don't care. But even if let's say that was the case, you can't control what they do. You can only control what you do. So if that's the case, if we found out a couple of months from now, if that was the case, I'd be like, now that makes sense. So if that was the case, with that comment about his mole, the dude that made that comment, would you take that back? Because come on, man. Because it would make a lot of things make sense, but I don't know. I've never even speculated. I think they're a good couple. I think they show their love and appreciation for each other a lot. If it's something that is happening in the personal life, then it ain't. They're doing good as far as not letting it spill off. The fact that you have to ask is an indication of something that they're doing right. It's none of our business. We don't know. Now we just speculating. So the fact that we even have to ask that question tells me that they're doing something right. Like I said, mind your business, baby. Dinosaurs and diversity. Says John's working on making those babies with Ann. There you go. If he started now, he will be 71 when he's a dad. Hey, it happens. And then the kids can fight like Succession for the rights to the show. And maybe that's what's going to happen. Kim Curran. You were correcting me on those names. Appreciate it. Let's see who we haven't heard from yet. Scroll down these segments. John. Let me one more from you. Dinosaurs and diversity. The more segments John does, the more materials for Campea exposed to work with. and later on in the chat, y'all have said that he that I guess he did do a show today, and I guess he will continue to. I guess he's going to continue just doing the live show for the members or for the podcast. And then, so I guess he is going to keep the cameras on. All right. Who we haven't heard from yet. Be Weird Theaters Productions. I hope he does come back. I mean, he does have his bad habits, but he is truly a movie fan and like what he did with AMC and Collider doing. I agree. As nobody mentioned what I said about earlier about that sponsorship. I think that's done. I don't think I got it. I don't think I'm going to get that sponsorship. Let's see. What else? I'm sorry. I already read that one. Thanks for becoming a subscriber, Dante. Man, I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Who we have not heard from yet, so I can scroll down. Mick clearly says, he lying again. He putting that segment back. He lying. You ain't never met no Martin Luther King. I knew that motherfucker was lying. He's going to put a segment back up. You lying motherfucker. Look at him. Clipping and shit, talking to Ray. Lying motherfucker. I want to see Ray and John get into a play fight on the channel. Like, remember that movie, Harlem Nights? Why you put the orange juice back in the refrigerator with only a swallow in the container? You blind motherfucker. I would like that you'll get that on this show. You'll get that. Let's see. Kale says, and the guy has close to 2 million subs. Who? Not John. Were we talking about something different, Kale? Not John. 2 million subs collectively? You talking about Tyrone Magnus? You the future G. Oh man, I appreciate that. I'm probably not. I'm probably just today. Hux Pops Culture says, hey buddy, just found your channel, just subbed, and yes, good night and sayonara, motherfuckers. Is a great closer. Yeah, man. Better greetings, good night, sayonara, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm out. What'd you say about my mom? Get the fuck out of here, man. Let's see. Who we have not heard from. Campea is already back posting clips. See, you lying motherfucker. Why you gonna only leave a swallow in the container? You lying motherfucker. Oh. You was afraid. You thought you was gonna miss out on some of them clicks, huh? Well, Juvenile. They should have Juvenile in the background. You thought you was gonna quit, huh? You was missing them clicks, huh? You keep your body clean, huh? You wearing them nice bow jeans, huh? You had to fire Rob, huh? You told him to get a new job, huh? I'm telling you, man. I'm not surprised. I mean, maybe he'll update us again and tell us what is really going on. Hey, update. The John Campea, he is putting out a couple of. Okay, let me see. Okay, a couple of you guys updated me on that. Super chat from Chris. I think I already read this one. I'll read it again. I think John is trying to push people to his podcast, which is fine, but I prefer video form. It's sad to see that John Camp wasn't that the same thing he told AMC? He says, I will work with you. I'll do your blog and this and that and the other. But video. I mean, unless we're really heading towards that future that the Fifth Element came about where Chris Tucker was on the radio. If technically that's what kind of where it went, right? We went from the telephone, the TVs, to the internet, to podcasts. We're back to. I mean, I should have said from the radio to telephone. We went right back to radio. What the hell is going on? Let's see. Jason Demasi says, @Zoran _ okay, you guys are talking amongst each other. @Zoran, he said it was easier to get dressed in the morning since he didn't have to pick out an outfit. Okay, well, you guys are talking amongst yourselves about something. Scrolling down, I was almost at the bottom, and then you guys just hit me up, man. And if I overlooked a good one, I will try to click on it. Good theory. I think it lines up honestly. I find it hard to believe a guy who has a 2K sub would focus on that channel instead of being an assistant to a channel that has 100,000 K. Just my opinion. I think it lines up honestly. Who were you talking? I guess I skipped over a conversation because most of the guys who have already clicked on, you guys have already. Maybe I missed the conversation. So you're gonna have to clarify what you mean by that. Zoran said John has to return the Tesla after a year or two. Oh, come on. No, not the Tesla. Was he making I got 5 more payments, baby. We good. I think Mint Mobile already paid for that Tesla. Let's see. Peter Cummington says he doesn't want to create content for Campea Exposed. I mean, that didn't stop Mecha Random 42. I mean, when Brie Larson wasn't doing that many movies, she still found a way. That miss woke up in the morning and brushed her teeth with Colgate. Brie Larson, like that usually don't stop people. They'll find a reason. They'll follow you on Twitter. They'll follow you on Instagram. They'll follow your wife. They'll follow what else. I mean, John Campea Exposed according to it'll be ... featuring Ann or some shit. It'll be some crazy. Let's see. Who have I not heard from yet? Let's see. Grinding Wombat. I also wondered if the toxicity in the live stream was a factor of him shutting down the live stream. Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, you guys could hurt my feelings. You could. Or I could talk about your mama too. No T3 Media Exposed. You know what? I say this now, but watch. It's the highest form of flattery. All right, then what, a year now from the future or something, a T3 Media is exposed. And then it's just going to be, then the channel just going to be me versus them every week. That mother clutching. No, I'm not going to put that one up because that was me. And I've heard from you already before, so I'm not, there was something in the super chat. You guys probably have already saw it. I'm not going to put it up. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Who have we not heard from? Let's see. Adlad75 had just stumbled on your channel due to the live stream about John Campea. I'm not a big fan of his channel, mostly in the Beyond the Trailers camp. Always willing to give other folks a try. Well, I am other folks. That's right. Let's see who we have not heard from yet. Dark Commissar says, did he think more people would subscribe in order to see his show? You mean probably to the memberships? Probably. That's the only logical step. I mean, it makes sense. You only you trying to nudge people into. I mean, look how he marketed it. It's gonna be great. You just listen to the podcast. I know you won't, because I've heard that a few people only turn on YouTube and just listen. Well, that's how some people mostly do it because people are doing other things. But I know that if I hear something funny, I'm going to run back to my phone and be like, what happened? What I miss? And I'll rewind it to see what I missed. You can't do that with the podcast. Just my opinion. I've already read that one before. Let's see. Who have we not heard from? Have we heard from Huck Pop's Culture Cafe? I guess I need to talk about John Campea next week on my channel to up my subs. Yeah, man, get your motherfucking game up, bro. What the hell are you waiting for? What you think this is? What, you thought we wasn't going to talk about John Campea? No, this is not the John Campea show, part 2 or the Wish version of the podcast, John Campea show. I just thought that it was, since it was happening, I said, you know what? And I've been telling myself that I want to do my show more than just once a week. So I don't just talk about movies. I talk about what's trending online. I talk about entertainment news. We'll just have a conversation. You know, if Tabitha wants to tell me what's going on in the lesbian world, I will be listening. You know, we talk about it more than a little bit over here. So yeah. Hey, Huck, what the fuck, man? What you telling me you not talking about John Campea? What the fuck? You're wasting your time over here on my channel and listen to me making money over here. Like, what's wrong with you, babe? No, if you want to talk about it, nothing's stopping you, man. Nothing's stopping you. Super chat comes in from Dinosaurs and Diversity. Here we go. All right, here we go. John took the day off when the Queen died because he was emotional. He explained this in the community tab and people made fun of him. He deleted it. He got criticized about his paywall. He deleted it. He's Canadian. And I know that didn't sound right the way I said it, but it makes more sense that people from England and Canada, they have a different opinion overall about the Queen than other people, especially Americans. We were all about Princess Diana, about Dirty Diana, man. I cannot believe she asked Michael Jackson to sing that song. We were about Princess Di. I thought we were going to be about Meghan Markle, but once you get a little splash into something, it gets rough because a lot of people don't want to hear that this might be about race. Oh no, okay. The second you bring up race, and everybody gets turned off, and then so she's not going to be the new Diana. So it's all about Diana now. He's Canadian, so I understood that, but I didn't know that they made fun of him. I didn't know anything about that. How I feel about the Queen, how a lot of minorities feel about the Queen. They were colonized. We don't give a fuck. But overall, America, we don't give a damn. Like a lot of Americans do. We're like, okay, it's royal. It's fine. A lot of people love the Queen or the King and all that. I don't, but I get it. Canadian. That they see it differently over there. Let's see. Demiki Nerd Gaming. Maybe John is unhappy. We don't know what he's going through. Couldn't have said it better. DDW, I think I just found a new home. Really like the vibe on the stream. Man. You said, I think this channel
for me
is for me. All right. Fort Misery. Why did John cancel his... You see that, right? Am I about to say, whoa? Did you guys get annoyed whenever there was a typo that was sent to his during his mail-in segment when he would review a comment? When there was an obvious typo, and he is so about grammar. He would always do what I was pretending to do right here. I knew what you were saying. Why did John cancel his show? That's a typo. The W is right above the damn S. And it always would irk me. I'm like, John, come on, man. Why are you making fun of that dude? Acting like you can't read. Like, this is how John would be like, okay. Fort Misery Gamer writes in, why did John cancel his... All right, let me try this again. Why did John cancel his... I'm going to assume you're saying show. I'm like, no shit, man. The damn W is right next to the S, and the E is right next to the W. Like, Come on, man. I feel like he would play that up a lot because he was really trying to correct our grammar and force us to. But that was John making us better. That was just John making us better. Thanks for coming to subscribe. Peter Cunnington says in a $2.20 super chat, Roger Ebert never retired. Lost his jaw. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. I just thought it was going to end with Roger Ebert never retired. Is Roger Ebert still alive? I know one of them passed, didn't they? Or did they both pass? Ronnie says Rob shows are too long and only talk about Star Trek. That's why I can't watch them, man. It's too much. That's too much. Anonymous girl, I think he's going through some kind of midlife crisis. Man, he got a Tesla, man. He'll be all right. Give me that motherfucking Tesla, man. Like, if he is, I hope it ain't what people are starting to speculate. And don't put that in the universe. Marcus Way, no need for a graphics guy without a YouTube. A YouTube show though. Yeah, if we're talking about his brother, yeah, it's probably true. Who have we not heard from? Small show could become your small show could become the next big thing. I already got the next big thing, but I can't show that on the show. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that. Hey, I already got the best compliment today, man, when somebody thought I was lead attorney. Oh, man, that made my day, man. That made my day. Smash Machine, sorry for the repeat comment. I'm about a half hour behind. No problem, man. I didn't even read the last one. Because I thought, you know what? And that just shows me, because that's the first time I've seen you. So did I skip? No, there was no repeat comment. No. Unless this is it. Rob is the best when he works with someone. You should totally get together with him. Okay. And I did overlook yours, so I'm sorry about. So I apologize to you, Smash Machine. I accidentally, because I'm looking for people I haven't heard from yet, because this is getting up there. I'm trying to get to them all. So I apologize to you, man. I overlooked your comment. I don't think we've heard from this person yet. Cheeto Head 6942. Every time she wants to do something, he has to work. I guess that's a conversation that I'm not. I guess that's a conversation that you guys are having. I'm not understanding that one. Sorry, man. Go back to Hook again. Hook Pop Culture Cafe. Christopher. I also applied for the sponsorship and also feel like it ain't happening. He barely addresses it unless I pay to ask a question. Yeah, and I can't even send a super chat anymore. My last super chat I think was in November. And I tried to send one in December, and it was like error. It kept saying an error message. If you guys can tell me if that means I've been blocked. Because I asked Ray, and Ray said, no, it looks fine. Everything's fine. I'm like, all right, man, if he blocked me, that's cool, man. But, like, that's fine. But don't blow smoke. Scrolling down. Let's see. At T3 Media Studios, just found your channel came from the Campea theories on whether or not he'll be back to where he was a week ago. That's from BK Dan. Appreciate you finding the channel, bro. Dark Connoisseur. Maybe the short clips format allows for the advertisements more. It would be hard to watch if he included a commercial during each segment for the long show, but he can add the commercial at the end of each. That is true. I've noticed that what he does, because some people will put, even on a short clip, they'll put, today's show is brought to you by it, and they'll put it in the middle, but he puts it at the end. I prefer it at the end. That did not sound right, and I'm afraid that somebody's gonna clip that for TikTok. I prefer it in the end. Stephen Vaught says, I found this channel because of the John drama. I'll definitely be chilling here from now on. R.I.P. TJCS. I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead. I think he'll be back. Let's see. Outside the ropes, John Campea changes his mind every other day. He'll be back. Death is but a door. Time is but a window. I will be back. I will give a Funko Pop to whoever tells me where that line came from, what movie that line is from. Death is but a door, time is but a window. I will be back. Who we have not heard from yet. This looks new. Let's see. Bronco Bill. John said that the video format was taking way too much time to produce with an audio-only show. The amount of time to produce the show is cut in half, and we will have more personal time. Okay. Oh, good for him. Good for him. Dante. John Campea plus. That's what it feels like. That's what you got to. That's what you got to. We got it. We have a winner. We have a winner. It was Ghostbusters 2. Video Geek Productions. Hit me up, man. Hit me up on. Tell me what your favorite Funko Pop is that you don't have. I'll look for it. And it better not be one of them $30 ones, too, man. I ain't doing it. But hit me up. I'll give you. I might have the Funko Pop that you might like. Hit me up on Instagram or DM me on Twitter or something. If it still says Video Geek Productions, so I'll know it's you. Let's see. Let me see, but let me double check. Make sure you are the winner. Let me go. It'd be funny if somebody said it before him, and I just accidentally saw him first. What if he lost? It looks like you were the winner. Yeah, I think you won. Who we have not heard from yet. Let's see. D-Conk 2000. I don't get it. He's not broadcasting live, but still recording the whole show so he can break it down to clips and release the whole show as a podcast. Where's the sense in that? I mean, the only thing we don't get privy to is the cold open and some of the funny. Well, no, some of the funny stuff that happens between the segments still will be captioned to a clip. The cold open and the viewer chat stuff. That seems to be completely gone unless it's from the Stream Labs or whatever, StreamYards, which we also, I don't have Stream Labs. I have Stream, what do I have? What am I on? It's not Stream Lab. Is it Stream Lab? Whatever that is. I think that's the only thing where the code open and that the viewer comment stuff is what you're not going to get. Unless he decides to take because I always said that should have been a separate segment from day one, not just on this. But that was one of the things that made the show unique. He wouldn't make that into a separate segment, but he would do separate. I was about to say my thing, but my show is called We Got Your Mail. He would do open mics or mail bags, but that would be a separate batch of comments or viewer donations. But the viewer donations that would come in for that show, it would be specifically for that show, which would be, if you're into those and want to see your comment, would be another unique thing that would make people watch the whole show. But guess not going to get that no more. It's the water done run dry. Who we have not heard from yet. I think I'm almost at the bottom. No, I've already heard. I already clicked. Cash and Coyote to report so he can talk about the today problem watch. I bet he does and post a clip out for the Superman clicks. The report so he can talk about that today problem. Oh, you okay? So I see. Crash and Coyote is having conversations with you guys. Y'all are having, and I keep bumping in the middle of it. Let's see. What was I exactly right? What was I right about? Exactly what? What did I say? Oh, the lead attorney thing? Asa? No, don't be trying to make me the next lead attorney. I was going to do a video of not making fun of him, but I almost did a video where I was going to do a spoof of lead attorney. I forgot what I called myself. Instead of lead attorney, what was I? Court-appointed lawyer or something like that. lead court-appointed. Lead attorney. He got the bottom of the bottle. Oh my God. I love lead attorney. Lead attorney's funny as hell. Who we have not heard from. I think we've heard from Dante, but John only takes member chats questions for the podcast show now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Member chat questions. Yeah. Must be nice. Have all that support. And you give yourself away. Almost we at the bottom of the bottle now. All right. Who we have not heard from yet. T-Pawns, Playground. I personally think after John is done with his super sensitivity and his emotional funk, your words, not mine, he'll be back to live streams. He blamed the audience for why he stopped it, and he always changes things. Maybe. It's a good chance. The polls showed that you guys think that he will be back. Let's see. Closing it out. JT. I remember that one time he was doing a mailbag and all he kept getting were people suggesting names changes, and he was so irritated to the point that half-asses so because I remember that shit, man. He kept getting name changes and he was so irritated to the point he half-assed all of his responses the rest of the time. He started doing what I started doing. Hey, we already heard from you. Click next. Yeah, right after that, he got so irritated. He was like, "All right, what's next?" You know, that's when he's getting upset. What's next? And Chris is like, Bradley asked, "So, John, what's next?" Just interrupted him mid-sentence. Nope, not gonna read that. Man, that when people latch on to something like Bring On the Filthy or the Batman Beyond crew or whatever funny thing, and it becomes a thing, an ongoing joke, and the naming of you notice that he got so annoyed with that he didn't rename the damn show. I think Press Play was about to. That was my suggestion. I was like, rename the show, make it a that's why I call this segment this live stream the Rundown, because if it was Chris Fagan. The Chris Fagan show. I mean, you're like, who the fuck is Chris Fagan? Who the fuck is he? But if I make it the Rundown, if it becomes popular, it becomes more popular, that's great, and I love it. But if something ever happened to me, maybe my wife would continue on it. Maybe Tabitha. Maybe not. Maybe if it happened years from now, maybe my son, my daughter. My daughter has a very good knack for this. She is very good on public speaking. So maybe, but I would rather be named something that, you can pass on. And then you can sit back and just make the money off of it, man. I mean, if it's too much, you just sit back, be the producer. That's what people mostly do. It's what 50 Cent's doing. Now I'm comparing John Campea to 50 Cent. Why can't you do shit like 50 Cent? Thanks for the super chat. $4 super chat from The Harsh Truth. Oh, here we go. The Harsh Truth. Oh, shit. I think John Campea is secretly the one behind Campea Exposed. You just blew my mind. Why are those clips coming in so fast? Because if they say if you're good at something, never do it for free. That would mean very good observation there. I'll give you a John Campea comment. Good observation there, but that would mean John Campea knows who I am. Papa Bear himself said it's over. There's my sponsorship. I got my sponsorship right there. It's over. That was probably John Campea telling me that you becoming sponsored by the John Campea show. It's over. That was probably, so if that's true, I'm screwed. John's like, get out of here, man. I went another direction. Out the fucking door. So maybe. Connor Huggs just says, I would love to hear your opinion on John's insight into the film industry, because it seems we all have different views of stuff. But however, when John has an opinion, he has to correct. You want to hear my opinion on John's insight into the film industry. Okay, wait, what do you like? I mean, I'm not gonna make every day. I mean, it's not gonna happen every day. I'm gonna be talking about other channels. I mean, I do get a lot of attention, a lot of conversations from when John is trending, but I can't hover my life around. I've always wanted to meet John. I've always wanted to talk to John. I've always wanted to. I really wanted to be sponsored by him. I've always wanted to work. When Amy said that she was going to audition, when he put up the, I'm talking about Amy Newman when she was with me on this show, and she said she'll be back. When she said she was going to first audition, I said, "You're going to get it. I know you're going to get it because you're that damn good." And when John said it was between her and 3 other people. And I knew before you guys knew, but I didn't know long before because I think right when she was able to tell me, that's when John Brie announced it. But he has a good eye for talent. It's probably why he's not going to sponsor me. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, if the guy needs to retire, man, he needs to retire. But no, I'm not gonna spend my whole channel making this. This is not gonna be the new Exposed. The rundown isn't just about John Campea. I made it a special thing today because you guys piled in and enjoyed me today. So I was like, hey, I'm not gonna ignore that. So you guys want to talk? That's the name of my channel is T3 Medias, but it really stands for Talking Through the Medias. It used to be called Talking Through the Movies. And let's keep talking is one of my catchphrases. I used to say it at the end of a video. I say, until next time, guys, all right, if you have well, I forgot how we used to end off the show. I would say, let's keep talking. Because I just like talking with you guys. I mean, whether it was with me and Sean, me and my wife, or with you guys on the live chat, I just like talking. So if you guys throw movie trivia up at me or throw quotes and stuff like that, and if you stump me on stuff like that, it's not hard to do, but I like talking movies. I like finding out new things that I didn't know about. Rounding it out to the end, you guys snuck a bunch of them in at the last minute. Open mics is still continuing on the video format. The John Campea Show will be audio only, I guess, to prevent any more content from being cut up and posted on the channel. That I'm surprised that are out of context. I'm surprised that he hasn't gone the route of doing I guess because he knows how much it stings when you get a strike. I am surprised. That's why I am not going to dismiss this theory. Thanks for coming, subscriber Ryan. That John Campea is John Campea Exposed because it's brilliant. I mean, there were people who, didn't we see that in the Elvis movie that he was making I love Elvis buttons and I hate Elvis buttons, and you were all buying it. That happens in politics too. You will have the most liberal people who will never vote for Donald Trump making Donald Trump merch, and you are buying it from them. You're just making them money, and that money is going to his detractors. You will find people who hate liberal stuff will sell Democrat stuff or whatever, can make money off of you because it's about the money. It's not a bad theory. It would be funny if that was true though. Let's see. Ended it off. I lost respect for dinosaurs and diversity. I lost respect for Chris after her military service members comment from a while back. What did she say? Military. She made a comment about the military. I don't remember her saying anything bad about the military. Iman, the dude makes a decision and then reacts to that decision with another extreme change. It's been happening for months. Didn't John used to criticize DC for that stuff? You're too reactionary. It feels reactionary, right? Let's see. T-Pawn's Playground. I've already clicked on you before, but who do you think is John's resource into Marvel and other studios with Spider-Man links and other things he's always seems to know? Who is his source? I have no idea. It could be a writer or producer. I don't know, because he seems to, because he's always getting stuff or claiming that I've already seen that. I saw it before you. I wish I knew. But here's the thing. I think we'll never know, and that's the point. 'Cause you don't give up your sources. JT Hiskey. One thing that John Campea is really good at is playing victim to all his own decisions. Yeah. Passion Productions Nation. John just needs to retire. Just stop gaslighting. Stop gaslighting. Light us the announce. I know. I understand what you're saying right there, but I think you. I'm gonna be like John. Let me try that again. I'm not gonna do it. Who haven't we heard from yet before we close it out? Hit me up, Video Geek on Instagram and stuff. I hope you have the same identity on your other social media. And you're telling me that's what you want, the Dark Knight. I don't have a. Okay, I gotta find a Dark Knight Funko Pop. Okay, all right. You guys heard it here first. I owe Video Geek Productions a Funko Pop. I did say that after we hit 10,000 subscribers, we were going to do more giveaways. So thank you, Video Geek, for making me keep. I'm a man of my word. So wait, I don't have a Funko Pop on, but I look like a man with a plan. I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught it. I just do things. I miss Heath Ledger, man. All right, guys, that is it. That's the show. I'm gonna end it off like that. Or how did we say that I should end the show off instead of greetings and salutations? It should be. What did I say? See you. Like good night. Sayonara, mom. Instead of greetings and salutations, it'd be like, goodbye, sayonara, motherfucker. I'm out of here. Wait, before we go, Chris said she wasn't crazy about Top Gun Maverick because she doesn't like movies with service members. Well, I don't like movies with service members. I don't like movies that she mean. Oh. You can take that in so many ways because like when the Transformers movies, Michael Bay makes a movie, he would use the military to help him out and stuff like that. So many ways to take. So yeah, especially and I worked overseas for the military too. I was a contractor, so I got a lot of respect for the military and stuff like that. And you're like, hey, not a good. That can be. It all depends on what she meant by that. Because if she meant I don't like. I don't like watching a bunch of cop TV shows that it's just propaganda over like stuff like that. Maybe she meant like that. Maybe it's just propaganda, or maybe she actually meant I don't like seeing soldiers in movies or something like that. So maybe I don't know. I guess it depends on what she meant by that. So, but thanks for clearing that up. But yeah, Huck Pop Culture says yeah. Good night and sayonara, motherfucker. Guys, if you appreciate you guys for helping me out today. Remember to watch us tomorrow. We'll be back live on Thursday with the whole Rundown crew. Me, Tabs, my wife, Joy, with Giovanni as we talk about the latest in this week's entertainment news. We're going to talk some movie talk stuff and all that good stuff. So I hope I see you guys back again tomorrow night. It's not going to be during the day. Should it? Well, it can't. On Thursdays, it can't. Maybe I'll do a show myself during this time again. It won't be 2 hours long unless you guys fill up the chat again. But if you guys want to watch us again, please watch us tomorrow on Thursday. Mark your calendar. Set the time, set the date. Tell Alexa to remind you. It's going to be at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So that's 8 Eastern here on this channel. So we'll be live on YouTube, on Facebook Live, and on Twitch. So follow us on all social medias. Send us topics that you want us to talk about. Anything you guys catch that you say, hey, talk about this, or did you see this? Hit me up either on social media or you can email me at mail@t3medias.com. You can always send us topics there as well. And say, hey, I want you guys to talk about this, and maybe we'll put that up on the show, and I'll give you guys a shout out. I always try to shout everybody out who wants me to shout them out, and helps to make the show better. You guys really made my day today, guys. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe not. Maybe it's only when I'm talking about John. But maybe I'll get that sponsorship. Maybe that's the next time you see. Maybe no, I don't think it's gonna happen. But until next time, guys, peace. No, until next time, guys, good night